What's going on, guys? You guys are tuning into the Watch Podcast with your host, owner operator Eric Huggins, Night Swap Patrol. We are the light in the dark. 7139 and today, a little nervous in this one. Ropes up 43. UEI College is a scam. Let's go.
You are a scammer.
Flaming young, I should be
What's going on, guys? You guys are tuning into the Watch Podcast. Today, we're on episode 43. UEI College is a scam. Now, before I move on, I'm actually not even supposed to be. I'm not supposed to be here right now. I'm supposed to be 3 hours away. I'm going to the Cow Saga event, and it's tomorrow. And I've already have my hotel, and they're messaging me like, "Hey, you gonna check in or not?" And I just say, "Hey, hold your horses, okay? I'm on my way. Okay, calm down. This is a little bit more important right now, okay, guys? You guys need." I told them like, "You guys need to chill. I'm working on the podcast here." I'm just kidding. But the reason why I decided to bring up this topic is because I've been meaning to bring it up. And why I believe that UEI College is a scam.
Parking enforcement there to guard the city and things like that. You have to take these positions seriously, and I think that's the difference with UEI students is they understand that and they're ready to take these positions seriously.
And I cannot speak for other vocational schools. If you guys have any experience in them, please drop your guys' comment at the bottom. I'd love to hear what your guys' experiences have been working with these, or being a student, or maybe getting sucked into these vocational school scams. Now, I work the private sector. I own a security company, and I've been doing security for the last 20 years. Now, I've done a little bit of everything when involved in security. I've done done a loss prevention. I've done I worked in every industry when involving security. So when it comes to experience, a lot of my experience was not. I didn't go to college for criminal justice. I took some classes, learned a little bit. Other than that, most of my experiences have been on the job. Okay, now. As a security company owner, and having an established security company, you're going to get calls from vocational schools, trying to get placement in for their graduates. Now, a lot of the graduates are went through the whole 10-month vocational school, and now they're ready to expound on their experience, what they learned in school, and now they're looking into getting into the private sector. Now, are maybe they're trying to get into law enforcement or corrections or whatever, anything involving some sort of enforcement. So I got a call from UEI College here in Bakersfield, and they called me. They say, "Hey, Mr. Eric, Mr. Nightwatch, we are looking for someone to just kind of go over. So we're trying to submit our curriculum to to a panel, and if there's anything that we can change, we'd love for your input. We'd love for you to express any concerns that you have on the curriculum, and if there's things that we can change." And I was like, that's cool, all right. But at first I wasn't really sold on it, and so they kept calling me. They said, "Hey, we would really love for you to be here and put your input in here. Your input matters, blah, 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 blah." Right. I'm like, all right, cool. I'm with it. Now, the reason why I was so kind of skeptical on doing it is because we got invited to do a hiring event, where we were able to set up a little table, and we were able to I passed out pamphlets of kind of what we do and kind of who we are. And the class, and apparently we missed it and no one called me. So we're sitting there outside. I'm sweating and everything. All right. I got my afro grease falling down on my freaking face. And I got a Juan with me. He's over there sitting there sweating balls. And we're sitting here like, okay, well, when's the criminal justice kids coming in here? And one of the ladies comes to me and says, "Hey, I'm so sorry, but the class was actually there's a miscommunication in the schedule. You guys are supposed to be here this morning." I said, "No, you guys told us to be here at this time." They said, "Yeah, it's our fault." So we pretty much spent our time entertaining people that were for HVAC, people that were in electrical engineering, electrical stuff, people that were in medical field. They're over there walking around taking, my wristbands and everything and asking me the dumbest questions involving security and asking for law enforcement and all this stuff. I'm like, where's the people at? God dang it. And so when they called me back for it, I really wasn't interested. Okay, I was like, I think I was already pretty much kind of done with the whole. I think I was pretty much kind of done with the whole UEI. I said, you know what? No, thank you. All right. And so they convinced me. They said, hey, we're gonna have a nice dinner. We're gonna bring food. We're gonna cater food. And I'm like, all right, cool. All right, you know what? Sold. All right, I'm going. So I called Juan. I said, hey man, I know they kind of screwed us over last time, but would you be interested in doing it again? And he's like, yeah, well, what the hell? We'll do it. So I went over there, and so they gave me an opportunity. So okay, first of all, let me start off. Let's start off with the food that they served. It was disgusting.
Brother, what's that? What's that, brother?
I don't know what the hell it was. I don't know who the hell made it, but it wasn't catered food. It's like they had their employees or whoever there make all right, hey, pasta. Pasta's an easy thing to do, right? You can make a lot and you can be able to pass it over. They made pasta, some disgusting salad. The bread was gross. It was cold. Everything disgusting. I don't think I had any. I think I had candy. They had some candy there. I was like, all right, give me the candy. So strike one, UEI. The food sucked. And if they would have gave me what I thought about the food and the presentation, I would have gave them a big old 2 thumbs down, not interested. But I figured, I'm not a quitter, and I'm gonna go all the end. I'm gonna go all the way to the end. Hear what they have to say. Okay. Now the thing is that the problem that I have with vocational schools is that I believe, and you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, I believe that they make promises more than they can deliver to increase the enrollment and to increase their profits. They're not there for the people. They're there for the profits. And I believe that they mislead the students, the would-be students, about how much money the students can make in certain industries. Now, our industry being private security, unfortunately, I believe that private security is the lowest paid industry out there. Okay, we've already lost to the food industry. And the problem is that I gotten calls from students saying, hey, yeah, my instructor told me you guys are going to pay us, $25 an hour. I'm like, for what? To do what? Anyway, and so so I have to educate these guys. I'm saying, I'm sorry, but you guys, I don't know who you guys are. I don't know your experience. And then when I interviewed some of these people, they were very, very uneducated still in the private sector. I said, you mean to tell me you've gone to school for 10 months and you don't know this about private security? Like, why are we even having a conversation right now? Why are you bringing me this stupid diploma? Excuse my language, guys. And I'm sorry. I don't mean to make anyone's education feel less than. But when they bring me these certificates saying, "Guy, I graduated from UEI College," you know what I say? I don't want it. Take it with you. Reschool. Re-educate yourself. Jeez. And And then we have to ask, I look at the curriculum. Okay, are these courses necessary to get a job? And a lot of this curriculum, as I'm getting ready to show you guys, it is trash. I'm sorry. It's terrible. The curriculum is off. And they really try to get people to reel in and say, you guys can get a job at private security. There's a lot of private security companies out there that are willing to hire you for $20 an hour. Misled the whole time for 10 months. And one thing I noticed when I was going through the curriculum, I was talking to the instructor, is that I noticed that the instructor lacked experience. Now, this instructor told me, I'm not going to say his name. I should, but I'm not going to. The instructor told me that he was prior law enforcement, and he also had experience in the private sector, which is private security. So I'll get into the rest of that after that. But I come to find out, I did some receipt checking. All right, I wanted to see some receipts, and ain't no damn receipts. Ain't no receipts on this guy. And I believe that UEI College, to be particular in, they don't clearly outline the curriculum. Okay, their overview of the specific topics and skills covered to prepare you for the job lack the curriculum details, and likely means the lack of the real substance, like the real job. What you really getting out of this? I mean, and you can end up in major gaps in the knowledge and skills that you need. And this is very, very true, because as I'm interviewing some of these graduates, I'm like, you've skipped 10 steps, man. You need to come back over here, because I don't know what the hell you're talking about. It ain't making no sense. All right. And I mean, to be honest with you, with some due diligence, you can find legitimate security guard training from instructors around town. You can look for places to locate, to say, to say, hey, they're looking for training schools here in Bakersfield, or if you're in LA, looking for training schools in LA, or wherever the hell you're at. You can go online and instead of spending 10 months on these dumb curriculums that are teaching absolutely nothing, you can easily go into your 40 hours of private security training and get your experience that way, and also be on the job as you're also grabbing that experience as well. Now, but I caution a lot of you guys that you guys have to stay vigilant for those warning signs of a scam. You guys got to know when you're being scammed. And the problem is, the people that I run into are so misguided. No knowledge of anything. And it makes me wonder, I'm like, gosh, man, this is how these vocational schools get people. They suck them in. They find the people, they find lambs, sheep that know nothing and promise you the world. And I mean, to get it, you might end up with some little piece of certificate. I'd call it an expensive piece of paper with very little. Expensive piece of paper that says graduated from UEI College, criminal justice. I can make you guys one if you guys want one. All right. And I believe if you guys put a little effort in finding a reputable training facility, I believe it's going to pay off in a career, and you can find that feel good, and I believe that in order to get that feel good is being able to connect with your instructors and connect with the school, and to understand, okay, hey, this school is going to work out. This guy seems to know and have a lot of knowledge in it. But it's kind of hard if you don't even know. If you don't know anything. I was going to go to this vocational school a few years ago. A long time. I'd been probably like 20 years old, and I was already doing security. And so I was like, maybe I should, I want to get into law enforcement. This is now. I'm like, all right, cool. So I went and talked to SJVC, and this lady was trying to reel me in. She was trying to get me in. She's like, yeah, it's gonna be about 40,000, 10-month program. You get all this and that. I was like, you know what? It sounds cool. I'm good. And they called me and called me and called me. It got to the point where I had to change my number. Okay. I was like, okay, I gotta change my number because if I do not change my number, they're gonna keep calling me. All right. They'd be calling me today if I had to change my number 20 years later. Hey, Mr. Eric, we noticed that you had an interest in us about 25 years ago. Are you still interested? Hell no. So, so this criminal justice program that the UEI College has, I have a copy of the curriculum. Now, one of the things that I immediately noticed is that the clock in hours accredited for this school was about 100 hours more than a basic post for law enforcement. I think a basic post for law enforcement is 640 hours. And in all, and when you're in law enforcement and you're going to the post academy, you can easily climb to 1,000 hours of training. But for the most part, just to get your basic post peace officers standards training, it's 640 hours, I believe. I'm not even looking at it right now. Matter of fact, maybe I can look. I can take a look at it. 664 hours of post-certified basic course versus the 720 hours at a vocational school. There's something that's not adding up here. A lot is not adding up here. And the career outcomes, which you're going to get out of it, I guess, is that the program prepares students to successfully enter a workplace in a variety of entry-level positions such as security officer, hotel retail loss prevention, emergency dispatcher, private investigator, employee. Oh, give me a second, man. That made me upset. And store detective retail security, which is the same exact thing as retail loss prevention. But no one's going to notice that because they don't know. And it's going to show what you will learn. You're going to learn understanding of the United States legal system, investigations and surveillance, protecting evidence and securing crime scenes, criminology, sorry guys, security emergency dispatching. And why should you choose UEI College? Well, they say it prepares for a career in a few as 10 months. Hands-on career-focused training. Morning and evening classes for you night owls or you morning people. Ongoing enrollments. Support and guidance for committed faculty and staff. Help with resume development and interviewing skills. Job placement assistance. Financial aid for those who qualify. That's nuts. And it bothers me the most is because it's very misleading. For instance, for one of the first courses that it's private security, a course title, and the clock in is 80 hours. 80 hours for private security. As far as I remember, as an instructor myself, I believe it's 32 to 40 hours. 32 hours is the I think they might have moved to 40. But I believe it's 32 hours, and then also you have elective training. So you do a total of 40 hours of private security. So why are these people learning 40 or 80 hours of private security? What more in private security do you need to learn? And I had asked the instructor, I said, hey, I got a question. What do you got learning in private security? Oh, we're learning arrest and controls, weapons of mass destruction. Sorry, man, that changed. Did you notice that there was a change in the training? Oh yeah. I mean, I can't remember what it was, but I got it in my notes here. Yeah, bullshit crap. And then from private security, they go to corrections, which is 80 clock-in hours. Then they go to crime scene technology. And a matter of fact, let me go to the curriculum and see what some of this stuff means. Because it doesn't mean anything to me, because it doesn't make any sense. So for the criminal scene technology, in this course, students will practice and develop skills in basic forensic and crime scene processing activities that may be used to investigate crimes or accidents. Now, why would they need that? If you're, and what I was told was that UEI College was an entry-level program. Entry-level program. If you are doing an entry-level program, why the hell are you going through crime scene technology? Why? And then they had another 80 hours of investigations and surveillance. And the course is going to teach you the fundamentals of how criminal investigations are conducted and what role evidence and information and surveillance and undercover operations play in them. So now you're teaching them to be a private investigator, which requires 6,000 hours. They didn't know that. But again, it's only an entry level. And then legal studies for justice and security. Another 80 hours. This course will introduce the student to the criminal law system. The student will gain an appreciation for the manner in which the criminal law is applied in undercover justice in our society. Students will learn classification of law, crimes and elements that define those laws and their statute of limitations. The students will learn constitutional laws, including amendments, warrants, and their exceptions, as well as exigent circumstances. And students will explore case law and develop an understanding of letter of the law, spirit of the law, and aspects of the liability and criminal liability will be discussed. That doesn't make any sense. I'm sorry. 10 months of this, guys. Of course, the Homeland Security and Terrorism. Wow. The core study is the nature of terrorism, its past and present, and the measures taken to fight and prevent it. So what do they use? They show them the weapons of mass destruction video. Just I thought I'd throw that out there to you guys. And talk about methods of terrorism and financing terrorists and all that fun stuff. Who cares? Okay. Sorry. Nobody cares. And then the next one, they move on to criminology. Now, criminology focuses on the concepts and those theories relating to the nature of extent of crime. The topics examined in the context of a legal system as well as from the perspective of the victim. Students explore the psychology studies and well as profiling in these defined behaviors and lifestyles associated with crimes. Anyway, and the one that really, really got me is gangs and drugs. The course focuses on gangs and their criminal activity in American society. All you gotta do is watch what's that? Gangland. You watch Gangland, this is all you need. I don't know why you need 80 hours of this. You can watch a whole season of it. And underlying the reasons of existence of gangs in society are explored, as well as strategies of preventing and eliminating. I'm sorry, that's should not be any for nobody that is doing entry level. Nothing. Anything entry level, gangs and drugs should not even be mentioned. Communication and security professionals. Communication for security professionals. In this course, students will learn the most important required in justice and security, and that is communications. Various methods of means of communication are studied and practiced, including verbal and nonverbal. Students will learn communication techniques used in interviewing and interrogating criminals, suspects, and witnesses. Again, why? Why are we learning to do investigations as a security guard and security professionals as entry level? And it just trips me out. And I think that's it. And that'll conclude the 720 hours of of education that you're paying for. And let me tell you guys this. I've been doing security for the last 20 years. I've been in, I've gone through the academy. I've learned stuff, but I think I've learned if I want to be honest, I've learned more working private security than I've learned in any job. I've talked to law enforcement officers and they speak to me, and a lot of times they're used to dealing with security guards that are very, very knowledgeable on certain laws and certain behaviors. And when I'm able to articulate this to the officers, they look at me like, "Hey, man, how you know all that?" You know, I say, "Hey, man, you know what? Security. You work law enforcement? I don't talk about the law enforcement side, but I'm like, a little bit, but that's about it." Okay, cool, man. You sure you join the police department? I'm good. Gucci. But when I look at this stuff, it really, really bothers me. Because these are kids, young adults that are looking for a new career in life. And when they get this new career and they get this new uplifting, they're feeling pretty good, and they go to this vocational school and they sell them all the rags and the riches. Say, "Oh, you're gonna do this. You're gonna be amazing. Be perfect." And when they finally get a job working private security, they are taken back because what the school promised them was not what they're getting. One of the students I had interviewed, he's a nice guy. I really liked him. I just didn't have any room for him. He thought he was going to get paid more than what he was getting paid working the place that he was at. He's like, "Yeah, man." He's like, "I'm working $17 here, but when I get in security, man, I'm really going to be able to pay off my loans." I said, "Your loan? How much of a loan did you use?" "Oh, almost 40,000. What? You have to pay that back?" "Yeah." "What? $40,000 for 10 months of nothing?" "Yeah." Oh, man. Pissed me off, man. And that's why I believe that UEI College is a scam. These curriculums don't make any sense. To the untrained eye, yeah, probably. Yeah, they probably, "Oh, yeah, yeah, entry level. Oh, yeah, it's so fun. I can't wait." And so what I've learned from the students is that they used to hold their guard cards till they graduated. So then I went online to see if UEI College had anything to do with BSIS, and they don't. I checked the instructor. Excuse me. I had to do a fact check on the instructor. Nothing. Checked the BSIS website. Checked to see if he had any credentials from the state. Nothing. I looked everywhere. I said maybe he does something else. I looked him up everywhere, and let me tell you guys this: I'm a damn private investigator my damn self, all right? You want me to find somebody or find something, I'll find it. And this guy could not find anything. Nothing checked out here. So guess what? He said he was local law enforcement. So I called local law enforcement. Gave him their name, said, "Hey, was this guy ever a police officer? Just doing I told him I was doing they sent me to another number, to another department, but I was doing a reference check for a job." Said this guy was a police officer, said he worked for this. I called two police departments here in town, and none of them said, "Oh, no, we don't. That person never worked for us." Okay. All right. There was my fact checking. And why I did this is because when I was inside there and I was giving the instructor, I like to call it constructive criticism. He got very upset. very irate towards me. When I had to correct him on things, I had to look at the curriculum. I said, why is it that you guys are doing 80 hours in private security? I said, did you know that it's only 40 hours? And could not even could not even come with a solution. Yeah, he's got a cool little buzz cut and everything like that. Yeah, whatever. I get a fade every week. Does that make me prior law enforcement? Makes me a guy that likes to look clean. And so it bothered me because I felt like they were taking money from people. I've interviewed over a dozen people in the private sector that have come from these vocational schools. And then when I talk to them about things that have to do with the private sector and security, they can't answer anything. And I ask them, where did you go to school? Oh, I went to UEI College. What did you learn there? Well, weapons of mass destruction. Okay. What did you learn about security? Oh, well, just, like some, like how they show us how to handcuff and stuff. And so then when I asked, I said, hey, do you guys do any, I had asked the instructor, I was like, do you guys do any hand-to-hand combat? Since you guys are going through all this stuff, I imagine you guys be doing some sort of outdoorsy things. And he says that we're not allowed to do that. I said, what about handcuff techniques? Can you guys do handcuff techniques? Oh, we can't do handcuff techniques. You can't do handcuff techniques. No. So how do these people that are spending 720 hours, how are they going to learn how to handcuff at the end of this course? They don't. So it's very, very, to me, it's very, very, very misleading when I think of UEI College, or I think of vocational schools. A lot of them are very, very misleading. And it's more about getting you in, reeling you in. Come on, buddy. Come on. Do 720 hours of criminal justice. You're going to love it. Versus 664 hours by law enforcement post certification. You've got to be crapping me to think that you go to a vocational school that teaches entry level, whatever this crap is, criminal justice, while you get more experience at an academy base class instruction. So for all you knuckleheads out there that want to go to vocational school, I'm not telling you guys not to go to a vocational school. Okay, you gotta do what you guys want. This is your guys' money. It's your guys' life. You guys want to be in debt for the rest of your damn life because you think that going to school to be a security guard is gonna make you some money? By all freaking means, go ahead. But you guys want to know my expert opinion on this is that if you guys go there to an entry-level school, you're going to get paid entry-level wages. I bet you they don't even show you how to put your duty belt together. If you guys let me know. Leave a message in the comment to let me know if your vocational school shows you how to put on a duty belt and shows you what keepers are. That's my duty belt. That's my vest. Do they tell you what side your lethal side should go on and what side should your non-lethal stuff go on? Did they tell you how many handcuffs you should carry? Did you tell me how many magazines you should have working private security if you plan on being an armed guard? No. I don't tell you nothing. What should you have on your duty belt? Did they tell you that? No. Tell you nothing. So if they're gonna tell you nothing and not show you, and then you get out of school and you get out of this dumb 10-month vocational school with your 720 hours, and you go to your job and they give you a duty belt, you're like, how do I put it on? Why are you here? So my best advice to you guys when you guys are looking for a vocational school, you guys need to research the school. You gotta check to see if the school is accredited, what the graduation rate is. If you guys know even recent graduates, and see if they found the training useful. You can ask businesses in your field what credentials they look for in prospective employees. Like you guys should be asking me, hey, Eric, Mr. Night Watch guy, I'm going to UEI College, but what do I need? I'll give you a whole damn list. And this list ain't matching this list. My list ain't matching this list at all. And you guys have to be very wary of unrealistic job guarantees. Do not let UEI College tell you you're going to get a job. They're going to hire you. I've met some of the school, the attendees there, and I can tell you that these school attendees, I would never hire them even if I needed to hire someone. You got to get out. You got to get away from those schools that say automatic guaranteed job. And they advertise these many unfilled positions, saying, "Oh, there's so many positions with Night's Watch. There's so many positions with 121 security. There's so many positions with Black Knight Patrol and this and secure systems. All these security companies. There's so much growth." Negative. And you guys also need to be wary of unrealistic pay rates. And I'm going to tell you guys, if you guys went to these scam vocational schools, do not expect to earn the advertised rate right away after graduating. Okay? Entry-level jobs come entry-level pay. Be wary of online services. Make sure the school has a state license number and make sure that it's valid. Also be wary of schools that don't protect your financial information or provide good customer support. Beware of loans. Private vocational schools are very expensive. And you may want to take out a loan and pay for your course. And you should know whether you're applying for a grant or a loan. You need to understand that. All you knuckleheads out there that have loans attached to your name and you guys finally got the dream job working security, you're looking at your pay, you're looking at what you get paid, and you're also looking at the job. And you're like, I made 40,000. It's a lot of money. I'm only getting paid $16 an hour. Ouch. Really shot myself in the foot. So, guys, I will tell you guys this. That is vocational schools necessary from starting your venture into private security or further your experience in going in law enforcement? I'm going to say no. If you talk to a lot of police officers out there, ask them how they got started and where they came from. I'll probably tell you that a lot of these police officers that I know personally have come from bagging groceries. A lot of them come from working at the Target distribution center. A lot of them come from working grimy oil field jobs and decided they want to make a change in their life because the benefits are great. It's a rewarding job. They see all the benefits to be becoming a law enforcement officer that they decide to change the industry that they're in. Do they have experience in working in law enforcement? No. Do they know how to properly interview someone or conduct a field interview? No. And not in any of this core study have they talked about field interviews or how to do them or how to ask certain questions. Why? Because UEI College is a scam. Okay? The instructor is a scam. The school is a scam. Their turnover rate is outrageous. Every time they call me, it's a new person. I said, do you guys have my number on speed dial? And one day I got so upset. I was mad when they called me because they kept blowing me up. And I'm like, hi, can I help you? Hi, this is so-and-so from UEI College. I said, what do you want? I already went through your stupid curriculum. I don't want to be a part of it. What did UEI College do to a hotel here in town? They were going to offer them free services. I have a friend that owns a security company and called me and said, hey, you're never going to guess what UEI College did. I said, what? They're offering free work, on the job training at a hotel. And if you guys seen some of the videos that I posted or some of the podcasts that I've done involving hotel security, that's not a good place for entry level anything. Because you have to deal with difficult people. You do not want some 722 clock hours of nothing trying to tell you, asking you someone to leave. Who's covering the workers' comp? If something happens, any incidentals, what happens if they get shot? Who's paying for it? Who has insurance to cover the liability? Do they have the proper insurance? This kind of stuff fires me up, and it makes me wonder why BSIS is not looking and investigating some of these vocational schools and knowing that they're teaching the wrong curriculum and that they have 80 hours for freaking private security. Illegal! All right, guys. Well, I'm all out of time. I got a long drive ahead of me, and I still haven't even packed yet. I don't know how I'm wearing. Jeez, I know. I got overly excited for this, and I was gonna do it, and I was like, oh man, I gotta get this done. At least when I get to the room, or after I get done for tomorrow, I can go back to my room and I can edit this and I can post it. But yeah, guys, this is real. I've been meaning to do this for a long time, and the only reason why I never got a chance to do it because I didn't have the curriculum. I didn't know where I put it, but I did keep it because I kept it because it looks stupid. I'm sorry, and stupid is not an appropriate word, but for the lack of a better word as I can say for this program and this school and the curriculum, it's stupid. Like I don't understand like how people get sucked into this. And if you guys are thinking about going into a vocational school, you guys need to do your research. Do I agree do I think any of you guys should go to UEI College? No. You guys want to get into private security so damn bad? Go find an instructor. Go find a local instructor. All you got to do is put academy, private security academy, or talk to someone in the private sector. If you see someone that does security, hey, where'd you get your training at? Where you get your guard card? Oh, I got it at this place. Oh, shoot. Can you give me their number? Do you recommend them? Yeah, I recommend them. All right, cool. Give me that. Blah, blah, blah. It'll cost you a whole lot less than having to go through all this. I can go through all this in my years of experience. And you cannot learn this in 10 months. I'm sorry. You could probably learn private security in 40 hours. But the rest of everything else, a lot of this stuff is doesn't make any sense. A lot of this stuff you don't even need it. A lot of this stuff it's just fluff. Just to get you guys reeled in, just to have enough hours for your curriculum. You guys gotta remember, Law Enforcement Academy, 664 hours. UEI College, 720 hours. Make it make sense. This don't make sense. I can keep going on all day with this one. It fires me up. because I hate people. I hate seeing people getting scammed. I hate seeing people getting taken advantage of, and I hate people coming to me saying, "Hey, the school that I went to said you guys are going to pay us $22 an hour." Oh, suck it easy. No, I'm not. What have you done for me lately? And you ask them about private security, and they know nothing. You ask them if they have any equipment, they say no. Why are you talking to me about $22 an hour if you have no basic knowledge of private security and you don't even have your own equipment to show up to work in? Make it make sense. All right, guys. Well, if you guys have any questions or concerns, you guys can find us at Night's Watch Patrol on our Instagram page. If you guys want to further and look more into us, I'll find other social media outlets. You can go onto our link tree. That's where I have everything else on there. You guys can, check it out, screenshot it, whatever, like, share. Don't care. I'm just kidding. I do care. Yeah, I just, like I said, I'm only here just providing to be a vessel to you guys to make sure you guys are not getting into something where you're going to be paying for the rest of your life. Okay. If you're not going to medical school or you're not going to law school, you don't need to be paying for this crap. Okay. I don't know. I like you see this all the time. People think college is a scam. I truly believe college is a scam. UEI is a scam. Let me know what you guys think. Please, guys, like, share on the Instagram. I mean, on Facebook. I would love to hear some of you guys' feedback on the Facebook. If you guys want to go into a further thing, if you guys even want to just get on a podcast with me, message me. We'll get on a live. If you're not from here, we can get on together and we can just discuss private security, discuss certain laws, discuss politics if you want to. I don't care. But it's been real, guys. I want you guys to love God, love each other. Let's go change the world.
Watching you, watching me and his play.